Hey there friends, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Dominique and today is the 4th of July. I am definitely taking some time to relax, but I was really motivated to do some filming today. And specifically, I wanted to start a series for the month of July that focuses on taking it back to the beginning. And what I mean by that is when we first start our healing journey, or we're working towards improving our lives and ourselves in some way, we often find ourselves learning new things that maybe don't make any sense just yet, or we hear a lot of different terminology, especially in the healing community, that we don't quite understand, and we'll often see it used on people's posts or videos or even in the books that we're reading. So for the month of July, I want to do just a nice brief series where I cover specific terminology that is often used in the community and that I myself didn't quite understand when I first started my own healing journey. And they're terms that are very, very frequently used. So I thought that a series like this could just be helpful for those of you who are just starting out. So for today's video, I want to start off by talking about what grounding means. This is something that I heard so frequently when I started my journey and through the books that I was reading. And I knew a little bit about the concept, but I was like, well, what is the purpose? Why is it that important? So today I want to share with you what it means to get grounded in your body or to ground yourself, why it's important, and I want to share with you some ways that I would use this technique to improve my life. So first off, let's start with what grounding really means. Now, there's a couple of different terms. There's grounding as in earthing, and this is when you are getting yourself connected to the energy of the earth. So that can be by going outside in nature. One of my favorite ways is to kick my shoes off and walk barefoot in the grass. So anything that connects you to the elements of the earth, whether it's the ground, the water, so swimming in the ocean or in a lake is a wonderful way to also get grounded, or just sitting on a blanket on the earth. So earthing is one particular way of grounding, but one way that I was actually confused with in the beginning was grounding within your body. And what that really means is that you are finding presence and a sense of safety within your body. So I think for myself, this is one of the most crucial elements to anyone's healing journey. And specifically so because we often run on autopilot. Our world today has us just constantly moving and doing. And we're ultimately human beings. We are meant to rest and take time to analyze, to really look at our present situation, to really just nourish ourselves in the moment. And we often get wrapped up in focusing too much on our future or living too much in the past. So when it comes to grounding yourself in your body, you are focusing on the present time, the now. And we really only have control over what is happening right now, which is why grounding within your body is so incredibly powerful, because it helps to build our sense of presence. And when it comes to anxiety, especially because I have dealt with anxiety for many, many years, And I know a lot of my followers out there are the same way. When it comes to grounding and getting yourself centered in the present moment and really sensing the safety within your body and in your present environment, this can greatly improve our sense of overthinking, the excessive worrying that can go on, because anxiety is really the thoughts of our future. So when we are stuck in worrying about what could happen, what should happen, or worrying even about the things that happened in the past that we wish we could have done differently, that is not allowing us to live in the present moment where we have complete control. So when it comes to grounding, what that looks like, and for myself, it's pausing. And I like to set an alarm, or actually I have 2 alarms that go off during the day. And I will change this up week to week so that my body isn't getting used to the specific times. When that alarm goes off, I stop everything that I'm doing and I ground myself by getting grounded within the earth. So that's me just kicking off my shoes or removing my socks and placing my feet firmly on the floor. And then I work on bringing myself into the present moment. And one of the ways that I really like to do that is very simply just focus on my breath. This can be extremely challenging when you're first starting out, when you're first trying to build that conscious awareness of what is happening in your present moment. Your mind is going to wander, and mine still does even to this day, and that is okay. The great thing about it is that you are, I like to call it putting a scratch in the record. When it comes to just going on autopilot, we're putting a scratch in the record by disrupting this pattern of us just being on autopilot, by listening to that alarm go off and stopping everything. And even if it is just for a few seconds, we're able to focus on our breath, and then maybe we're taken off into just all the thoughts that are going through our mind, but then recognize it, bring ourselves back. And this is putting a scratch in the record to creating new patterns, new behaviors, new habits. And so it's going to be difficult at first, and just know and understand that it is normal. It is totally okay. So as you are trying to build this grounding practice and build this sense of safety and presence within your body, practice grace, practice compassion, practice being kind to yourself as you are trying to teach yourself something new. And as you very well know, anything that is new takes time to learn. So this is something that you have to just continue to show up for yourself with your practice of, if it's twice a day, listening to that alarm clock when it goes off and stopping everything and taking just a couple of minutes. It can be 2 to 5 minutes. Honestly, I don't think that there really is a specific time limit that you have to go for. As long as you are putting a scratch in that record and interrupting the pattern, I think that is extremely powerful. So when it comes to grounding, ultimately, what that means is that you are bringing yourself into the present moment, taking yourself out of the worries of the future and the worries and memories of the past that no longer serve you, and you're focusing on all of the good and all that you have control of right here and right now. And specifically showing gratitude for the space that you are in, the air that you're breathing, and I know this is very difficult, especially when we desire more. We desire to be in an amplified, more energetic place, whether it be physically, emotionally, and just in general within our lives. But there is always something to be thankful for in our present moment. There is always something to be grateful for, even in those bad days. And it's really about trying to condition ourselves to pick up on those small things. Our brains are naturally wired to focus on the negative in our lives. So it takes work for us to pick up on those small little improvements or small bits of gratitude in our everyday. And by practicing grounding, we can strengthen this muscle. So I hope that you enjoyed this quick just breakdown of what it means to be grounded within your body and to practice grounding in your everyday life. If you have any questions for me, or if you would like to learn about any other terminology that is maybe a little bit confusing to you or you don't quite understand, please leave those comments down below. And until next time, sending you so much healing love.